Rick Smith is a very good post-up player, and those other Davis boys, they bang the boards and play great defense. We just have to work hard and just, go out and get the job done, stay focused.
We have to all of a sudden now change gears. We don't have a lot of time to prepare for Indiana, and we're in the same situation before, so we don't have a lot of time, and I think they have sort of an advantage on us right now.
We're not over the hump. We still got a long ways to go. It's just, we was here last year, Easter coming finally. And, we played the Bulls, but this year we played the Pacers. So we try to win 4 games and go to the next round.
Reggie's a big talker, and he's been talking ever since he, came into the league. And he's very good at it.
He wanted it. He got us.
Me and John have had...
His cheap shots he was trying to lay on me, and but that's over with now.
No man separate what we create. Unstoppable, untouchable, motherfucking worldwide bomb figures. Death row at its finest. M.O.B. Thug for motherfucking life. Motherfucking made niggas. We coming at these niggas worldwide. Machiavelli the dog. My life in exchange for yours. Born hated as a thug. House full of babies crying from a lack of getting love. Ain't nobody tell me shit till I got a sack of drugs at the block shown up. Cause I learned to back a gun. Do you feel me? World, do you hear me? Catch a rising star. Fuck the love. Niggas fear me. Got these niggas running all wild for my double R. When we ride, motherfuckers here sure to die. Boom, once I enter the room, in the air, all you hear is the whispers of doom. Niggas scared, they don't wanna see me head on. All the buses that I had to leave, they ain't gone. Call a grave nigga fucking with a maid nigga, M.O.B. Gunfire getting sprayed quicker. Fuck them all, let them understand my plot to get richer. Much more than 6 figures, a motherfucking maid nigga. Feel me? Motherfucking maid nigga. I got a plot to get richer, take that picture. A maid nigga.
I was raised on the streets, I had to hustle just to eat. My role model was killing niggas, so I know I would never be weak. They got me sitting wondering when my life began. These niggas crossed my father, did my father cross them? Cause I roll with immortal thug niggas, and my #1 plan to kill a man to grab a needle and drug niggas. Niggas don't like us because they bitches straight love us. The president told us to leave cause the government don't want us. This Napoleon, I get my pleasure out of sinning. Seeing blood spill ain't shit cause I seen it at the beginning. A main nigga.
Unless the Knicks have it, they have not scored. We have played just over 2 minutes here at the Garden in Madison Square.
Out on the point, with Fleming and Harper, you have 2 old-timers.
Nice look inside, starts to Oakley. Coming off the monster Game 7 versus the Bulls. Miller, Larry Brown said when they run Miller off picks, they know he's going to get clobbered. They keep it inside. Davis keeps it alive.
Davis with the long arm. Good steal that time by Harper.
Oh, you're 7-4. You can't put the ball down the floor too many times. Harper from the arc. Buries the 3.
See, Fleming is undecided whether he should double team inside or not. Sometimes he will go back, other times not. You must honor Harper in the 3.
Smith gets away from Ewing for the easy 2. He has 4 already.
The big thing with Smith, he can hit the jump shot facing. He has the excellent hooks, and he has nice moves with the dribble with his back to the basket.
Miller on starts. Ewing, the double shown by Fleming. Harper after 2, knocks it home.
See, right now,
penetrator, but a guy that can cut through the defense.
Well, I thought Fleming did an excellent job playing.
Oakley from outside.
But there was a perfect case. Don't throw the ball to a guy on the box until he calls for it.
Charles Smith backing his way in for his 4th point of the ball game, and you're tied up at 15 apiece.
That's Charles Smith's game. I mean, he loves that. When he was with the Clippers, he played big forward and center. He'll back you down, so you must run him and not let him catch the ball there.
I think Larry Brown was afraid that his team would get caught up in the emotion of this game, but they are keeping their poise right now.
Big thing is spacing.
Now working off the back of the glass. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Harper to Oakley.
Major issue for Indiana. That was a bad pass. Starks was open and the pass was behind him.
Anthony for 3.
He's been red hot. He is now 12 for 30 in the playoffs. 12 for 30. That is incredible three-point shooting. He's going to get nothing but bank.
Oh, yeah. He is a worker. 1 second difference between a shot and a game. 3 to shoot. Anthony drains his second 3 of the ball game.
Well, you cannot allow the guys.
Then he steals it at the buzzer. Oh, he may have had one more dribble left in him, Yumi.
Well, when people are making threes and they pick up their dribble, you cannot walk.
Smith back into the lineup. Herb Williams sits down. Ewing from the outside. Nothing but the bottom of the net. His first field goal.
When you know that Workman is hurting with that arch injury.
Ewing with the jam. Mitchell couldn't cover up in time.
Antonio Davis looked right at Jake O'Donnell. He wanted the offensive foul because he honestly felt that Patrick Ewing moved him out.
Larry Brown says if we have to grind it out offensively, we will not win the ball game. Scott, the veteran from the outside, won't go. Here comes Mason. Anthony spotting up on the left. Lets it ride for 3.
The defender was right there and allowed him to take the shot. Now, he has made 3. You know that. You must go at Anthony and force him to dribble the ball. You're saying, I can't be worrying about fouls right now. I've got to get some offense.
Davis, that's a 2. Nails it.
Pat Riley says, my offense is smoking with
That's
the
right.
second unit. Head, and then went up for the shot. Now, the referee on our side of the floor who made it felt that it was an offensive foul.
Only once has a team scored 90 or better here in the Garden during the playoffs. 91 is the high. Davis with the drive to the lane. The wrap on him score.
On every down screen, whether it's Scott or Reggie Miller, they are forcing the shots.
Ewing from 17.
The difference at the Knick end, they're making every perimeter shot. Combined.
I'm not going to argue that. To Ewing. Over Smith. Nothing but net.
This is like playing down the park. There's no one around you. You tee it up. It's like putting it on a tripod and shooting it. There's no pressure. At the other end of the floor, any jump shot, the Knicks have a hand right in the face of the shooter.
Ewing the rebound. Ewing has hit his last 4 shots. He has 10 for the game.
Oh, boy.
Anthony for 3. That's a flat shot. Gets his own board.
You know what? I think he's tired from watching threes.
Mason, flick of the wrist.
Another air.
Ewing.
I mean, you got to admit, this is incredible.
This is sick.
Now, we are seeing so many air balls.
A 17-2 run.
Is late here, getting to Ewing. Ewing has scored 10 points in this quarter, and he's made his last 5 shots. For you.
Starks, met by Miller. Patrick with the quick move.
Well, if they're going to continue to play him on the baseline side, then
Ewing looking for a cutting. Charles Smith, he backs off. There's Oakley in the paint. Allowed him to just plant himself inside the blue.
well, if you're not going to double team Ewing, then you cannot allow your player to come to the ball. I mean, that's a no-no. I mean, if he beats you there when you double team, well, that's team rotation basketball.
Oakley had some time in the paint. Nice look. Reggie Miller inside. Ewing wanted the foul.
They need a score right here.
Davis with the finger roll.
Now, that was pretty because if he was not a great athlete, that could have been a charge. That defender was right there.
Ewing can't complain too loudly. He's playing with a technical already assessed early in the first quarter. Loses the handle, but it goes to Smith, who buries the jumper.
See, that Dale Davis.
Lob, good pass by Starks. The tip by Charles Oakley.
Well, when you double team big man on the other side of the floor, it's 2 white shirts versus a navy blue.
Maybe we talked about Derek McKee needing to step up. He has only 1 point tonight. The forwards only 12 points for the Pacers. They're cutting McKee, can't get it to go. We have a whistle. Smith's been shooting quickly with the left hand over Ewing.
Tell me he's not a threat in this series.
Brown has been telling this team they can win.
Oh, baby.
Behind Charles Oakley. That's going to be a flagrant foul, I think.
Flagrant foul.
Shot to go. Rebound loose on the floor. Oakley, count it.
Now that was all Oakley. Oakley kept that first one alive with 3 blue shirts on the inside. This is the guy. Oh, great play by the Oak.
And he gives it up to Starks. He gives it back to Oakley, who stays on his seat, but gives it up to Ewing.
Beautiful anticipation that time by Oakley.
Whistle, Smith stepped out. Let's look at Charles Oakley.
I like what Smits did that time. He
Says he never took his eyes off the ball in college. Great job trying to keep it alive. Oakley goes into the photographers. Here comes McKee. Miller spots up.
They have an advantage here. Oakley is still coming down.
Ewing with the rejection. Smith can't pick up the hammer. Starks lost it. Jake O'Donnell said ball belongs to New York.
Workman underneath Harper.
Working around to Starks from 16.
I think Starks is better when 2 guys play.
Ewing with the right hand. They let him get in too deep.
Well, they're trying to stay at home now with the point guards. So Smits is on his own right now. Anytime Ewing posts up.
A 6-0 run for New York after Indiana cut it to 9. And Reggie Miller with the acrobatic shot. Only his 6th miss from the baseline. Williams returns it. Not lifting him inside. Dale Davis. Fleming with a little daylight.
Boy, an advantage here now.
Scott pulls the trigger, buries the jumper, and we have a foul on Hubert Davis. Officers combined help Indiana on a 9-1 run. The lead is 5. Oakley.
I think that Indiana will correct this as this series moves.
5 to shoot.
Oh, you've got to get back to your man.
Mason, oh, the big-time slam. Been cut down to 7 thanks to a 26-17 lead. But Hubie, we've got the 4th quarter coming, and who owns it? Workman. Mitchell will try it again. This time, and the Knicks. The Pacers have come back from a big deficit to turn the lead down to 5. Doing the quick step again. Oh, boy. He threw that down.
Yes, he did. That was a line drive.
There he is. The easy jump shot right in the face.
As soon as the defender left Rick Smits to go pick up the roll man, they were looking by design for Smits. Now remember, he is an excellent shooter facing the basket.
25 now for Smits. Davis for 3.
You can't do that. I mean, you just cannot honor the Knicks 3-point shooters. You have got to go get those people.
Only Davis's 5th of the playoffs. Smits backing in, a little more time dribbling the basketball, and he has it rejected. Workman inside it. Davis out the basket. We have a whistle and a foul. Smits the quick.
Yes, big fella, give it that can't move. That's like facing 13 and 5-star. Come on, are you kidding? He gave him 3 moves that time.
27 for Smith. He's 10 of 16. Anthony. No place to go. Davis as Reggie Miller runs at him.
Reggie was late. He was late. Hubert Davis, the Knicks guards have done a terrific job in shooting big-time shots tonight with the clock going down.
McKee had the ball bounce off his face, gets it with 13 to shoot.
Yeah, but you got to get it in deeper than that.
That's why.
6 seconds.
Smith with 4 to shoot. And they throw it away. Here comes Anthony. Should have the easy 2 with the left hand.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We told you the Pacers had 12 turnovers. They already have 16. But this is not uncharacteristic of this team. During the course of the playoffs, they turn the ball over 17, 18 times a game.
Inside Antonio Davis.
Unfortunately, they cannot get him in the swing of things. He's 4 for 9 from the field. Now we're talking about a guy who averages 16 shots per game at playoff time.
And out of those 16 shots, some of them are threes. He has not hit a three tonight.
Indiana with 4 offensive rebounds this quarter.
McKee with 5 to shoot. Ewing wheels the rebound around.
I give Larry Brown a lot of credit. That play was by design to go to Derek McKee, and he wanted him to get a good look and a good shot.
And he got both. Ewing has to pull up on the jumper, and he buries it.
Well, Patrick is murdered on the baseline. He stopped on a dime that time.
24 for Ewing, and he blocks the shot on the other end. Oh, what a steal! McKee, and Anthony has to commit the foul.
Larry Brown has Fleming in the game because of the scoring.
There's Miller, and Antonio Davis tried to thread the needle.
Great steal by Anthony.
To Ewing. Big time slam! Uh-oh. Oh, Antonio this.
The Garden is standing. Now that was impressive.
26 for Patrick. The lead is 7.
Greg Anthony has made some terrific steals in this quarter.
Fleming. Shot, it goes. We have a whistle.
Pat Riley wanted it.
Fleming on Harper to the hole, off the glass.
Great substitution by Larry Brown. That was a terrific move because Workman was struggling and he went with the veteran. Remember, coming down the stretch, he had a collision in the regular season with Shaquille O'Neal. 14 stitches in his lip. He also injured his knee and his hip. There's a good backcourt trap that time to force Harper to give the basketball up. Vern Fleming has come in here and played real big in the second half.
11 points in the second half for Fleming. Pacers trail at one time by 17, but Hubert Davis drops down to 3, his second of the ball game.
That was just a great shot. He had to shoot that through the trees.
Pat Riley calls him emotional stability. Smith draws the foul from Derek Harper. Davis, the right-handed off-balance shot, but the rebound goes back in.
How about Oakley? Came from the other side of the... Cannot get careless now and give the Knicks something easy.
There it is, baseline for Ewing. Just put that one in the book.
Once again, Mason beats his man off the dribble, forces the double team, hits Ewing.
Game 3 with the Bulls. Patrick had 34. He has 28 this evening. 10 in the fourth.
Good defense by Stark.
Workman. Ewing rejects it for his 5th block.
And Oakley takes it right away from Workman. The fans are loving it.
Miller shaking and baking, loses it.
Miller. Yeah, Miller knocked Patrick Ewing. See, that time, on the pass-off, Miller collides with Patrick Ewing. Now, the pass was completed, as John Thompson, a concerned fan here this evening. Pat Riley takes a 20-second timeout. The Knicks had 2 full and a 20. They're taking a 20 right now. Get Patrick to knock out the cobwebs. Rich of the offensive player. Keep an eye at it. Now right there. Ooh. Oh, see, that was a hard slam. Hard slam.
He'll sit down. 20 points for Oakley tonight, 13 rebounds. Well, there is our score, 95-87. With
the Pacers are still sitting on 87. And it's...
They don't give you anything from the outside. The Knicks don't. Another steal, Harper. Starks does Anthony.
Nice.
The reverse layup, it goes.
The guards have done an excellent job. Not only defensively, from a standpoint of not giving up high percentage shots, but they have caused so many. Here's another turnover. How about that? Another steal.
And he gives it up to Mason. At the buzzer, it goes. So that 90-point plateau in with 28 points. 6 blocks, 11 rebounds. Budweiser will donate $1,000 on his behalf to the United Negro College Fund. Patrick Ewing, versus Chicago last year. Larry Brown of Indiana knows how big this game is, and before a sellout crowd of over 19,000, it's Game 2 with the Pacers and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Is in this game, Oakley and Davis.
Rejected by Patrick Ewing on the jump shot by 7'4" Rick Smith.
He usually shoots it right away.
That's a 2 for Reggie Miller, so like Game 1, he hit his first shot, then he went cold going one of his first 4. But he knocks home his first, and we're tied up at 2. We played a minute. Knicks 32-9 here in the Garden during the regular season. Open from the outside.
That was just great. Well, they cleared everything up in the first 5 minutes.
And Miller got the look, just couldn't knock it home. Starks gets a step right to the hole.
Whenever you are an outside threat, you can always use that head fake. Get that to Miller.
Right now, Smith is 0 for 3. Patrick Ewing, nothing but net. Has it slapped away. Here comes Charles Smith. 3-on-3. Smith's going to take McKee to the hole.
You love the early drive by Starks and Charles Smith. That was strong. Taking it strong to the hole.
Knicks on an 8-0 run. They're 4 of 6. They take the shot if he sees it. He was very tentative in Game 1. Dale Davis not tentative tonight.
The Knicks' weakness, their Achilles heel, is if you will dribble the ball, beat your man, and get into the painted area, their defense falls apart. You're going to get good things happen, but you must go with confidence off the dribble.
Harper stops and just nails one over Haywood Work. Davis has to come in. Their true backup center, LaSalle Thompson, was injured in the press, broke his hand, and Starks takes it to the hole for his 4th point. All 5 starters have scored for New York.
Balls that you do not get in a score sheet.
Pure effort plays. Starks with Reggie Miller on his back.
He's off to a terrific ball home.
He's just not getting the shot off quickly. Inside, Antonio Davis over Patrick Ewing. Ewing with the big step inside, off the glass with the left hand.
What I like about you,
Advantage of things.
nice.
Fleming inside, count the basket, we have a whistle. Ewing way in deep. No chance at all for Antonio Davis.
I was surprised. I was surprised that Davis was not in front of him. I can understand a 7-footer getting pinned like that, but when you have quick feet, you cannot allow Patrick to stop 3 feet from the basket.
Oh, there was no prayer on that. Now Miller wheels around and he deals and he drains the shot. It's nothing but air. Mason double pumps.
There's that small forward position once again. Mason is off
it out. Smith's from 19 wide open.
And you keep pushing because good things will happen for you.
Smith's now backing in on Ewing. Worried about overconfidence and fatigue coming into this game. That's a 2 by Harper. Drains the bottom of the net. Harper with 4. The lead cut down to 4.
Harper is not spectacular in games 1 and 2, but he's very solid.
Familiar cry of defense by the 19,000 faithful. Smith.
Now, they might not win some games, but it isn't because of lack of effort. Look at that.
How about Smith for 3 off the back of the iron right into the hands of Ewing.
Look at this.
Oakley had great position in the paint. 6 for Oakley. The lead remains 6 for the Pacers, trailing 1 game to none in this series. 10 to shoot. Ewing slaps it away. Workman's going to come up with it. 3 to shoot. Davis has to launch it at the buzzer.
That was a heads-up play by Workman, and a nice shot because I thought Dale Davis was a little bit behind the board.
And the lead is up to 8.
Oh, boy. You have to call that one on Ewing. Absolutely.
Double shown by Workman. Davis had to double pump, force Ewing to the double pump. Ewing, yeoman's effort, Patrick Ewing.
Not only that, where was Antonio Davis?
Marcus on the right side, Anthony for 3. Greg Anthony draining the 3 from the outside.
Well, throughout the playoffs, Greg Anthony has done a terrific job. He's now 15 for 37. There goes Harper again.
Right in the paint. Oakley the workman's job inside. Charles Oakley now with 8 for the ball game.
I would continue to go with Harper off the screen and pick and rolls. Mainly, they're not trapping, so he's ahead of his defender every time, and he's making good decisions.
5-7. Both teams have had good leads. One to shoot. They're not going to get off a shot, and they won't. What defense in the final 2 minutes of this quarter by the New York Knicks, Hubie?
Well, the guy with the ball must make good decisions. Reggie Miller was 10 feet in quarter where he did not score, is playing him now.
Well, they telegraphed that pass. Ewing read the telegraph and took it. Oakley, baseline jumper, nothing but net. Ball. Air ball by Smits. Here comes Harper. Oakley. Bounce pass to Starks.
Oakley is in the line of the cameraman. He's behind him. Someone is wide open here.
Somebody's got to take advantage of it. McKee being guarded, and he waits for Oakley to come down. Smith came out to guard McKee. Oakley's just scrolled down. Smith's the big move in the paint. The right-handed hook finds the net.
That's the first time that he has extended himself with a quick move.
0.9 seconds. Harper in the paint, and he gets the roll, and he goes into the photography.
I mean, you have to admit it, okay? This is amazing. Harper is blowing by either Fleming or Workman off the dribble and taking it right to the front of the rim. No one is even close to preventing the shot.
Somebody's got to put a body on it. That was a delay of game warning, by the way, on the Knicks. That's their first. Knicks by 1. Smith from the outside, and Miller wheels and deals and drains it.
That was a beautiful screen on the left side of the lane by Antonio Davis to free up Reggie Miller.
And that gives the
offensive rebound. The Knicks 15th of the game.
Harper, that's a 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
The Knicks are great. They punish you when you double team with the passer. They go right back to the passer for the 3.
Miller on start. Between the legs, the 3. Oh, my goodness, that's the way it's done.
Now that was a tough one. Now that's great dribbling, and then the ability to elevate at that distance.
And release it so quickly.
The Workman trying to help out back inside.
Ewing just hangs in the air, drops down his first field goal of the second half.
Rick Smith shaking his head. Hey, but that's Patrick's best move, Rick. You were right up on top of him.
McKee inside, won't go, tip. Smith has a shot at it with the right hand. Ewing got a piece of it, his second. Antonio Davis from the baseline. Smith, again, good hustle, Indiana.
There was more pushing and shoving inside there. It looked like tag team wrestling.
It did. Starks lets it go from the arc. Ewing with a big-time major league tip.
Antonio Davis missed Ewing on that block out. That's their 16th offensive rebound, and we still have almost 5 minutes to play in this quarter.
Pat Riley told us a couple of days ago that blocking out is a very fundamental thing in basketball. Workman takes it inside on the drive, but he said so many guys can't do it, and it wasn't done there by Indiana. Just put
easy baskets as possible.
Smith gives it up inside. McKee with the finger roll from the left hand.
I'll tell you what, Rick Smith from Holland to Marist College.
Not bad.
Okay? He's making passes. He gets a bad angle. He banks shots. He's got all kinds of moves.
Harper again, though, Hubie, just completely right back. Ewing takes once, twice, drops it down.
Patrick is really looking strong.
Put back rejected by Oakley.
The Pacers did a nice job. They were 4 for 11. The Knicks were 2 for 14.
Mason has to be hacked from behind by Fleming. Faces up, the strong move. He goes to the right hand, and it doesn't go. Mason with the rebound. Mason, a lot of shaking and baking. Harper, did he call bank? Derek Harper's second 3 of the night, and the Knicks have regained the advantage.
In the playoffs, Harper is 6 for 24. tonight he's really had a great ball game. He has 10 points in this quarter.
And now he's pounding Byron Scott. 5 to shoot. Indiana already with a couple of shot clock violations. Fleming puts up the prayer. Won't be answered. Work run.
Harper just held on to Byron Scott. That should have been a 2-shot foul. Ewing!
21 for Ewing, a 9-0 run by the Knicks.
This group that's out on the floor for the Pacers, once again, they've lost their concentration. They did this in game 1 in the first half.
Smith lost the handle, the Knicks have the ball. And there is a 2-second difference between the shot and the game clock.
Larry Brown very upset at the referee. He felt that Smith was definitely fouled on that play from behind.
They're standing at the Garden. Davis, that's a 2. Inside, won't go. Smith, if they hurry, they may get a shot at it. Fleming lets it go at the buzzer off the front of the rim. But the Knicks end the third quarter with a 9-0 run. Derek Harper, 10 points in the quarter. The Pacers held scoreless the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
It's a nice pass by Harper. Good choice. Get it back to the job.
Ewing, the big step and the basket. Ewing with 23 in the ball game as David. Oakley wheels, drains the jumper from the outside. Ewing sizes things up and then just drops it home.
He's just having such a big game from an offensive standpoint.
Smith, the quick shot. That is the quickest we have seen him shoot since he had the big quarter in quarter number 3.
Harper is doing such a good job on the dribbler out on the top. Indiana is missing the first cutter off the screen who is open in the lane. Time in and time out.
Ewing falling away, still rolls it around at home. An even 30 for Patrick Ewing, the lead back to 10. Side, Oakley has it slapped away, gets it right back and just muscles his way up. 15 for the Oakman. The lead is 12. That is the biggest of the game for the Knicks. Miller on the drive has it rejected.
You must get back.
And nobody from Indiana really hustling down defensively. New York wisely holds it up.
Back it out, set up the offense, run some time. You're playing a flawless second half from an offensive half-court standpoint.
Ewing. Oh, he is on fire here in the second half.
Rick Smith was pinned in the middle of the lane. There was no way he could get across to pick up Patrick Ewing.
Patrick has hit his last 8 shots. Workman trying to get Harper from behind. Count the basket.
Because his back is to the rim. And that, only your teammates appreciate that. The Knicks point guards, Anthony and Harper, outstanding defense.
Patrick Ewing going out, 32 points, 13 rebounds for the big guys. Herb Williams comes into the lineup, and Charles Oakley will also sit down, and he'll get a nice round of applause.
Well, you know, when you look back, Indiana, New York in the playoffs,
this opportunity to win this game. Mason comes down to rebound, final 20 seconds. Knicks won't have to take a shot.
You know, when you lose 2 on the road to a great team, you're still going home. It's a 7-game series. You must take care of business in your own building. Indiana will play much better at home over this weekend when they play on Saturday and Monday.
Well, we talked about 90 being the magic number that the Pacers expected to win. They had to reach that plateau. They didn't. New York outscores them 23-16 in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks go up 2-0 by the final score of 89-78. Tonight's Budweiser player of the game is Patrick Ewing. 32 points, 11 in that fourth quarter. Let's add 13 rebounds, a couple of blocks, 4 steals for Ewing. A big night. Budweiser will do it. The double shown by Workman. Davis had the double pump for Ewing for the double. Ewing! Yeoman's effort, Patrick Ewing.
You know, I thought Patrick tonight, he was just not going to let us lose this game.
You know, he finished the game with 7 consecutive shots.
Every time there's important times in the game, we have a chance to win the game, they step up. And we're having a hard time with that. But, you know, we are going home, and I think we are a pretty good home team, and we have to prove to them we can win a game. We might as well try the next one.
Game 3 back in Indiana was the Pacers' chance to gain some respectability and to get back into the series. After a foul-plagued first half, the Pacers tightened up their defense and assumed control of the game. Indiana totally frustrated Patrick Ewing, holding him to a career-low 1 point. While his teammates didn't fare much better. The Pacers held the Knicks to a playoff record low of 68 points en route to a 20-point victory.
Everything clicking for the Pacers right now.
79-64, Indiana. Reggie Miller feeling it now.
The New York Knicks lost for the 7th consecutive time in a Game 3 situation, while the Indiana Pacers' confidence was growing with every basket.
Anthony able to use it, and then it's cut back, the block by McKee. Scott for Workman.
Overall, Game 3 was something the Knicks would just as soon forget about.
An embarrassing second half for the Knicks, who are defeated 88-68.
Showcase. And if there was any doubt that Reggie Miller hasn't joined that elite group, he was out to silence those same cynics and skeptics last night. Watch him rebound the Charles Smith miss, lay it up and in. Knicks up by 4. Pacers storm back. Vern Fleming on the steal. He's going to go the length of the floor to put it up and in. More Pacer D now. Vince Workman rips Ewing, and he's gone for the score. The Knicks would have 25 turnovers in the contest. The Pacers take advantage of it in the third quarter. Reggie Miller, here he is, 4-2. Now, that one. 31 points for Reggie. Knicks come back down 3. Greg Anthony steps up, ties the game. Now, late in the game, the Knicks are down again. John Starks hits the 3. They're down by 5. They play some D. Ewing's to Starks. Score. Pacer lead is at 3. Pat Riley now going over the play, but the Knicks can't convert. Watch it. Starks is in trouble. Going to get it to Ewing. Ewing to the corner. Oh, you got to hold on, Hubert Davis. He can't believe it. Pacers win at 83-77 to even the series at 2. Reggie Miller 31, Ewing 25. Knicks shot 37.7 from the field, and they had all those turnovers. Now, after the game, the Knicks still bemoaning their missed chance at the end.
I felt I let my team down by letting the ball go through my hands and not at least giving us opportunity to hit a 3 and or tie the game or whatever, or score.
A beautiful night in Gotham on this first day of June by John Starks once again. And Rick Smits gets it down low, batted away by Charles Oakley. Hopper. And Starks off the screen. Yes. John Starks with a 3-point shot to open things up. McKee gets inside and is rejected by Ewing. Derek McKee on the follow. Derek McKee missed his first 11 shots here at the Garden. Games 1 and 2. 0 for 7 in game 1, and then finished up at 2 for 9 in the second game of the series.
Well, we use the phrase easy baskets a lot. That would be a pretty good description of one right there. A good block by Ewing and a hard work by McKee, but just an easy lay-in.
Shot clock at 4. Starks. Good look by Oakley. As Ahmad mentioned earlier, Charles Oakley suffered that sprained left ankle in game 4 in the fourth quarter. Says it's sore, but Charles always says he's all right. Early in the series, bothered by a bruised foot. Chant of defense here in the early going. Smits' pass deflected. Workman just did get it off to beat the 24. The Knicks 5 and the Pacers 2. Oakley hesitated and then hit.
To stay away from. Pat wants to keep that turnover number down to around 15 or 16.
Knicks with a 7-2 advantage. Miller picked up by Ewing on a switch, helping out in a double team. Shot clock at 1. Smith with the steal. Smith with the hesitation dribble
and that throws Miller. It's the Knicks with a 9-2 lead. Indiana calling for time.
Well, this steal all set up on pressure defense as the Pacers throwing the ball around the perimeter, and the C's open up for Charles Smith as he gets his best look in a couple of games as Reggie Miller.
1 for 5 from the floor. Ewing. Patrick Ewing converts on his first field goal, and the Knicks are now 5 of 7 from the field.
Well, Patrick went about 4 minutes without touching the ball at the offensive end. First time he gets his hands on it, launched it from deep.
Here's Miller for 3. Good box out by Oakley. Back comes Hopper. Smith with the open shot. The Knicks 13 and the Pacers 2.
Well, a goal for Pat Riley and the Knicks coming into this game. He wanted to get at least 10 fast break scores in this game. They may get them in this first quarter.
And it's stolen by Starks. Hopper ahead of the field. The Knicks 15, the Pacers 2, and Indiana will talk it over. In this first quarter, the foul was called on Derek McKee. Nice pass from Ewing. Starks gives it up. Smith with the room again.
Barb, it is just amazing how things go well for you when you move the basketball. The double team on Ewing hits the cutter Starks to the basket. He makes the extra pass. Shot in rhythm by Smith.
Seated when they have gone to that trap. They've shown only flashes of it. McKee getting down 4. And the Knicks now lead 17-8.
And 2 straight fast break baskets. And again, the Pacers putting up double fist, looking possibly to trap again. And they're going to just try to keep the Knicks off balance as much as possible so they can't get into their offense.
And we'll discuss this from time to time. The Knicks have been vulnerable against the trap. Ewing, yes, it counts. Patrick Ewing. McKee trying to squeeze it through. Ewing for Oakley. And the foul is called. Workman and Oakley going down.
Position like this, and I don't take this moment lightly.
Well, Charles Oakley extends that Knick lead. Nice statement from Larry Brown, who's been a great admirer of Knick coach Red Holzman, a man who guided the Knicks to the NBA title in 1970 and 1973. 2.5 remaining. First quarter, Indiana turns it over. Here's Hopper with a ball fake, setting up Ewing, and he's fouled by Vern Fleming, who came on following that timeout.
Well, the Knicks
back in game 3. Anthony Mason has come on as Patrick Ewing puts it home. Beautiful lead pass. Among those on hand here tonight, former Giant star Lawrence Taylor, John Lovitz, Georgetown's John Thompson. He has been a regular. Bill Murray, who also is a regular visitor to Madison Square Garden, along with Woody Allen. Certainly an eclectic group, and only one man can tie this all together. Here's Ahmad with Billy Crystal.
All right, thanks, Mark. Billy, I know this has to be a difficult evening for you tonight.
It is. You know, I'm a huge Knicks fan. Grew up loving the Knicks, but I also grew up with Larry Brown. We're from the same hometown. My older brother played in a high school basketball team with him, and then he was a Clipper coach for a couple of years, you know. So my heart's in 2 places, but I'm a big Knicks fan.
So I guess that even after telling me that, you are still cheering for the Knicks.
Yeah, I'm cheering for the Knicks. My heart's for the Knicks, but I got at least a ventricle for Larry.
All right, thanks for joining me, man. All right, back to you, Mark.
Okay, a ventricle from Billy Crystal for Larry Brown. As the second quarter gets underway, Patrick Ewing extends to a 30-16 lead. Greg Anthony, who just came up with the steal, and here is Ewing. The Knicks looking exceptionally sharp. They've doubled the score. They lead 32-16. Get it inbounds. Antonio Davis. Dale Davis with Fleming. Nice feed. And Antonio Davis rejected. Dale Davis has that nice shoulder fake. Could not complete it. Davis on the rebound. Knicks want to travel, but a foul has been. Reggie Miller has been quiet. Reggie Miller able to hit, although Hubert Davis.
Hop step in the lane. Some people get away with it, some don't.
Charles Smith with a strong move. Smith 4 out of 5 for 8 points. Knicks 35, the Pacers 24. Nice give and go between McKee and Work. 14 from the field. Pretty backdoor pass.
Deny the ball to Miller, but that opens up that passing lane to certainly convert on him. And of course, you got to make your free throws. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Starks hits the 3. That's his second from downtown tonight. Starks has 8 points. The Knicks 38. The Pacers 28. 3 minutes remaining, first half. Miller putting the move on Starks. Reggie Miller. Beautiful shot on a fadeaway jumper. His Starks for 3 again. John Starks is a street shooter, and he's in the midst of one right here. The Knicks could not put it down, but the Knicks turn it over. John Starks upset. And we don't take that personally, Matt. He did kick the NBA on NBC side, shown by the Pacers. Ewing from Mason. The Knicks like to see the big man, Anthony Mason, who handles the ball so well, handle it against the pressure.
And make the nice, easy pass where the man can catch and shoot it. He had the ball in the middle on a 3-on-2 earlier in the ballgame and made a careless pass. It just takes a little bit more care.
McKee with a beautiful move. Barely 2 of 6 from the field, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Charles Smith getting the good room down low. That's been the story right throughout. He now has 10 points.
Well, he has come out aggressively in the first quarter, now in the third, with the idea of taking the ball to the basket. He can get that jump shot anytime.
Here's Rick Smits. Very quiet first half for Smits. That's his 3rd field goal. He has 6 points. Rick Smits has played Patrick Ewing, at least over the first 4 games, to a standstill. And that a major factor in this series. A series that is tied at 2. As Larry Brown and Reggie Miller told us prior to the game, Eric Harper getting it inside to Patrick Ewing with the shot clock running down. And the Knicks now lead by 10. Larry and Reggie saying that this tonight is the biggest game in the history of the Indiana Pacers. That's the NBA history of the franchise. Much success for the Pacers during their ABA days. Workman. Miller for Antonio Davis. Offensive foul.
15-footers. Patrick Ewing got to the perfect spot.
Oakley. Yes. 8 points for Oakley. The Knicks 51. The Pacers 41.
Well, the Knicks only have 1 offensive rebound. Oakley has that. He's been hanging on the perimeter. I think a lot of it has to do with that sore foot. He's trying to save himself for the defensive end, and he'll pop that outside jumper.
That was a good look for Reggie Miller. Beautifully set screen. Harper eluding McKee. Smith on the run. Smith off the drive. And he'll go back to the line. Smith facing a double team, able to weave inside.
Charles Smith has been the primary option here to start the third period. Looking for him first on the post. If they don't get it, then they'll swing it around and look inside to Patrick Ewing at the end of the shot clock.
We're seeing a performance by Charles Smith that has rarely been seen here at the Garden this season. 10 points for Derek McKee, and the Knicks now lead 55-43. Miller, 6 minutes to go in the third. Ball knocked away from Dale Davis. The game with a 15-2 lead. Here's Miller for 3. Reggie Miller getting the room and was able to knock down the 3 pounds. Shot clock down to 4. Workman, yes. Haywood Workman has hit 4 out of 80, has 8 points, and the Pacers have cut into that Knick lead. It's down to 9 with just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hopper with room for 3. Derek Hopper has not been hitting the outside shot.
He wants to dust off. It's fine at his end of the floor, but you don't want to help him.
And the officials checking with each other. Joey Crawford with the outside look blowing his whistle. Dan Crawford and Jack Madden in disagreement. Pat Riley says, why not jump it up?
Well, Oakley and Davis going for the ball. It looks like Dale Davis knocked that ball out of bounds as he...
4 for the Pacers. Starks trying to draw the foul. The official, Joe Crawford, did not go for it. Little acting by Mason, played by McKee. Starks wide open. Yes. The Knicks lead 66-52 as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, and Ahmad Rashad before a sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. Here's Bruce Fleming. Yes, and it
did block 4 shots in the first half, changed a few more, and he's been going after everything in the third quarter. And when you're that active, you're not going to get a lot of rebounds.
Another offensive rebound for Indiana. Down by 12. Byron Scott got to shake loose. Thompson with a good pass. Thompson for Antonio Davis. Very impressive numbers now for Antonio Davis. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 10-point Knick lead. They trap Hoppers. Shot clock is at 5. Fleming. Fleming with another nice move. 7 seconds to go in the quarter. The Knicks lead by 10. Mason for Herb Williams. The former Indiana Pacer, Herb Williams, extends the Knick lead as time runs out in this third quarter. And in this third, the Knicks were led by Charles Smith, 8 of his 16 points in the third. Fleming and Miller in the backcourt. Here's Miller. Yes, that's a 3 for Reggie Miller. 17 points for Miller. And the Knicks now lead by 9.
And Reggie's starting to chirp a little with some people on the front row. Not at John Starks, but the Knicks, of course.
They're applying the cure-all ice to it, and he appears to be fine, and he will be able to come back into the game. Mark?
Reggie Miller is fine. Once again, hits from downtown. He has 20 points. And that's
the foot. Is able to get a hand and knock him loose.
Here's Williams. Kenny Williams. Here's Miller. Swings away and hits. Reggie Miller is on fire. He has 22, and Indiana has moved within 4.
Well, it looks like Reggie is going to try to carry that offense on his shoulders. He keeps looking over to that sideline and has a comment after every time he makes a field goal.
This is the closest the Pacers have been since the early moments when it was 7-2. Major factor. Miller open again. His foot on the line. That's a 2-pointer. And Reggie Miller in an animated discussion with Spike Lee, who is an ardent Knick fan and has a courtside seat. I think Spike has him revved up.
Well, he can't get John Starks to talk to him, or Hubert Davis, or anybody on the Knicks. So he's talking to the fans.
Another Knick turnover. Here's Workman, and he's fouled.
To Spike Lee, a 12-2 run now by the Pacers.
Miller has accounted for 10 of the 12 Indiana points here in the fourth quarter. Reggie Miller giving the choke sign to Spike Lee. Spike is appealing to the official Dan Crawford. I don't think that Spike realizes he's not in the game. It does not matter what Reggie does in the direction of Spike Lee. He wants a taunting foul called on Reggie. Reggie's taunting Spike Lee.
After every field goal.
Game tied at 72. 4 minutes gone by. Again, LaSalle Thompson is able to steal the pass. Now, I would think the Knicks would realize that there's something wrong at this point. That's 3 entry passes that LaSalle Thompson has picked off.
Well, it's twofold. It's the passer not getting low enough below the free. Look at this shot.
And he hits it. It's a 3-pointer for Reggie Miller, who again is staring in the direction. 5 minutes in to the fourth. Here's Miller again. Miller's hit his last 4 shots. Here's Miller for 3. Yes! Oh, Pat Riley calls for time. Just an astounding shooting exhibition. Indiana points. Pacers lead 81-75. 5:25 to go in the fourth. A remarkable turnaround by Indiana. And it will be Nick Ball. Last touched by Workman. On the back tap, Knicks recover. Oakley for Ewing. Patrick Ewing, going glass, cuts it to a 4-point Indiana lead.
Patrick was thinking tomahawk dunk that time, but he got resistance from Smith as Harper gets nailed in the backcourt.
Harper got picked off. Miller looking for the shot, does not force it. Shot clock is at 10. Here's Smits drawing a double team, finding Workman. Shot clock at 5. Workman had it knocked away, then recovered. McKee with the setup. Davis stripped. And it's a 24-second violation. What an aggressive defensive sequence that was.
And now the Pacers, for some unknown reason, trying to go inside to Rick Smith and going away from the hot hand Reggie Miller, and the aggressive New York defense is taking advantage of it.
The Knicks are only 1 of 6 from the field here in the fourth. Harper and Starks at the guard. Ewing, Smith, Oakley on the front line. We come up on 4 minutes to go. Ewing fouled by Smits, and that is 6th.
That time Patrick Ewing fought for and got good position, and knowing Rick Smith's in.
6'10" LaSalle Thompson. Ewing. And now the Knicks coming back, down by 2. 81-79. Harper hand-checking Workman. The champ of defense. Harper going for the steal, made contact. And their 4th team foul. Indiana with 5. Again the pressure. Workman finally gets it back. Miller trying to come off the pick, lost the dribble. Oakley dives for it. Starks trying to save it from the backcourt violation, and now it is a
good first half, but it's a 48-minute game, and these lulls come for all teams, and we'll see if the Knicks can withstand it.
Brown wanted to travel on McKee. Miller pops and hits again. 35 for Reggie Miller in this fourth quarter. It is a wild finish with the Pacers turning it around, and they extend the lead as Dale Davis hits his 3rd field. The basket. 8 on the shot clock. Dumps it off for Antonio Davis, who gets inside. A shocking finish here in the fourth quarter. Indiana by 8. We come up on a minute to go. Offensive foul. It's on Patrick Ewing.
Patrick stepping out to try to free up John Starks for a 3-point shot, leaning into Reggie Miller, who does the little Hollywood job of acting to fall down hard. Patrick Ewing not agreeing with the call. Take another look. And I could see why Patrick would disagree with that call. Seemed to be standing still and holding that screen.
Well, Art Nick fans, general manager Ernie Grunfeld, looking stunned by developments here in the fourth quarter. The Knicks led by as many as 16 in the first half. Pat Riley's ball club now trailing the Indiana Pacers 89-81. The Knicks going cold again. This time 1 for 9 in the fourth quarter. Outscored 31-11 by the Pacers in the fourth. A spectacular performance by Reggie Miller. 14 of 26 overall, 37 points, 23 of his 37 in the fourth. Overall, he's hit 6 from downtown. Here's Ewing. Patrick Ewing gets inside. The steal by Miller. Starks recovers. And Antonio Davis gets to it. Gets it over to Miller. So the Knicks turn it over. And the Knicks are getting boos from the crowd. The Indiana Pacers, with 21 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, lead by 24 in the fourth quarter. A remarkable turnaround effort by the Pacers, doing it in New York, where they had lost 11 in a row, 31 of 33. The Knicks will have many questions to answer after this one as Ewing hits a three-pointer. It's a 7-point Pacer lead, and that is the final score as Reggie Miller spikes it to conclude matters. He finishes with 39 points, 25 in the fourth quarter, only 4 away from an NBA playoff record that is held by Eric Sleepy Floyd. 14 for 26, 5 for 5 from three-point range in the fourth quarter. And Reggie